Hey everyone, welcome to Mr. Holland Reviews, where I'm going to be reviewing the book Polar Bear, What Do You Hear? Now, just by looking at this book, you might think, oh, this is just going to be about a life of a polar bear. But it's much more than that. This book really explores sounds of animals. Now, that's what Bill Martin Jr. is really going for. He makes these books with Eric Carle in thought of young children really learning about what they see and what they hear and all of our senses, because when we're young we learn by touching things, by tasting things, by listening to things, by seeing things. And in this book he's really focusing on what do we hear. So I know that books don't always make sounds, but when you're reading this book, you can almost imagine the sounds that these animals make. Maybe you've seen them in movies, maybe you've gone to the zoo and you've actually heard these animals making these noises. But as they're asking the animals what they hear, they're describing the sound. So when a boa constrictor hisses, what does that sound like? You can almost imagine a snake hissing like it's saying an S sound. One of the fun things that I really liked doing when I was reading this book is pretending like I was the animal. Sometimes it's good to just make sure you're reading the words, but also it's fun to just play around with the voices. So when I see a zebra looking like this with the mouth open, and the zebra was braying, which is a loud and kind of like a yelling in a way, I wanted to kind of emulate that character. So I hear a boa constrictor hissing in my ear, or it could be, I hear a boa constrictor hissing in my ear. I don't know exactly how they would sound if they talked, because animals obviously don't talk and they don't speak like us. So it's okay to just pretend. But look at the picture and try to imagine with their face what kind of emotion they have. Does it look like he's mad? Does it look like he's yelling? When I think of a snake, of course we hear the hissing. So if there's any S's, I might accentuate that. But the bigger the animal, the louder, the deeper the voice can get. So it doesn't just have to be elephant, elephant, what do you hear? I hear a leopard snarling in my ear. Pretend like you're the big elephant stomping around and you have a big voice. I don't know. Or maybe you can be silly and make him a tiny voice like, I hear a leopard snarling in my ear. That might be funny. And you might make some of your friends laugh by doing that. But give it a try when you're reading a book and the characters are talking. And maybe you don't know how to read this yet. But maybe if you're looking and you say, okay, well, there's a walrus. And what does a walrus sound make? Does he make a loud howling sound, a bellowing sound? So you might even make up some words for the peacock and say, I hear a loud walrus in my ear, or howling in my ear, and then go on to the next page and say, walrus, walrus, what do you hear? Those are just some ideas when you're reading how to make it a little bit more interesting and fun. I really love this book, and there's a couple of other books like this that Bill Martin Jr. and Eric Carle have made, so please definitely check those out. But until next time, I will see you all later. Bye, everyone.